Welcome back to Slayers Anime Review, episode number 4. Sadly put, now I'm not going to end reviews for this series, I'm just taking a break from it. Purely because the comedy is a bit much for me, and also because I need to get back to watching Ninjanger, because tomorrow basically marked 3 weeks since I last watched an episode of it. So, the plan is, after this review, I am going to watch my 3 new anime, and then resume watching Ninjanger, and I'll come back to this right after I finish watching Ninjanger. It's just for timing purposes. That's mainly the reason why I'm just taking a little break, go back to Ninjanger, get that finished up, and then come back to this to finish the remaining 13 episodes of this season. Here we're discussing episodes 11 to 13 for the series. We're introduced to 2 brand new characters who, after these episodes, they get the voice actors replaced. I'll get to the reason for it because one of whom basically was the same situation as Goddess's voice actor. The other one apparently became a teacher. Yep, he became a teacher for some reason. Not sure why. Here we go. So, pretty much, unlike in the case last time, they're going to the Atlas City. Nope, they're like, we're looking for this prince, and eventually we see this older guy who is a prince, and of course we see this guy whose name is Randall, who turns out it's actually his brother, and they kind of follow around for a little bit. We also introduced to another brand new character in this episode. A character by the name of Amelia Will Tessia Sadi. Her father is Fennel El Da Saleh. He is the Crown Prince of Saleh. Yes. Now, he was originally voiced by Matt Black. Now, for his voice actor, for some weird reason, he only did the 3 episodes. And then it got replaced because the show went hiatus for a year and a half because of licensing issues. So what did happen to... So apparently, software scrappers apparently lost contact with them? With him for some reason? Not sure why. So for pretty much the end of the series, it's done by Jimmy Zoppoli. This one thing I've also heard that apparently how should I put this? The guy became a teacher. Yeah, now, Amelia's voice actress, her original one was Joanne Baker. And also for some reason, so apparently after 3 episodes, it went on hold for a year, and then she stopped going to New York, and then Central Arc Media lost all contact with her, so basically they contracted Veronica Taylor to voice the remainder of the show, with the exception of the movie who she's voiced by Lucy Christian. Yeah, her whole thing is justice, and she's like being a superhero, and she's a fangirl of Lena. Yep. Oh yeah, and also Randy is actually her uncle. Yes, her uncle. Yeah. He's known as Randall Saleh. This suffix is also known as Randy. Yeah, and he is third in line for the throne, despite the fact he wants the throne so badly, so he wants to kill his brother. So he has a wizard, and eventually him the wizard killed. But apparently Amelia doesn't have a problem with the fact that Lena killed her uncle. Not mad at it in the slightest. And then they decided to travel with them briefly. They go to a town. Look, there's this mountain that, justice. And then, of course, we have this old lady. And, of course, teach her the dragon slave skill, the spell. But it's different. Apparently, according to Lena, Amelia is a white mage. Clerical magic, basically healing and, purifying. But she wants attack power, so she wants the Dragon Slayer ability, despite the fact it's very destructive. Despite the fact the Gigavice is more destructive than that damn thing. I mean, Dragon Slayer destroyed a freaking town. So, Eventually, he does try it out on this mountain, which unleashes Ghost. And then you have the prince talking to him. But by the way, he has no magical power. Amelia does. And at one point, the ghosts are possessing Amelia. By having her try to seduce her male companion, he's like, "What are you doing, Lena?" Eventually, she was cured of this, though she him smacking her male companion. She like smack him. And then they leave. And then they arrive in the capital city of this country and discover that, well, we also 13's also debut of 2 brand new characters here. Yes, I am not kidding about that. We introduced 2 brand spanking new characters here. Yeah, 12 basically no new characters are introduced, but 13, oh yes, there's one's introduced. Zangulis, who was voiced in this episode only by Liam O'Malley. Yep. And he did it for this one episode. And since we're having long contact with him, I'm like, what is up with Central Park Media losing contact with their voice actors? And you're like, really? So, he just did this one episode. And did nothing after this. He also voiced a warrior. And I'm like, really, Central Park Media? So yeah, he does this one episode, and that was it for him. Yeah, another actor that lost contact with. Yeah, apparently he's a bounty hunter who apparently put the... Because, here's the weird thing. So, the 4 arrive in town and discover one of the posters with Lena Zangulis, who actually is not in the episode, by the way. He does return in episode 18. And Galbraith. Now, why in the world they wanted? Don't know. And then Amelia turns on them goes, "I want justice!" Because she wants to be a superhero. So they race across town, and then they're captured by, well, Zangulis and Varmagan. He is a sorcerer. He is voiced in the first years. Now, the thing is, he's around for a very short period of time. Episode 13, 18. And that was it. He is voiced by Jimmy Zoppi. You're like, really? Yeah, he also voiced Fennel. He apparently was also the voice of Delager. Yep. So basically, after Matt Black left, he pretty much is voicing 2 characters. Oh, he's also known for... Get this. So, he took over in 2006 from Eric Stewart and Matt of James and Meowth, respectively. And apparently he's also did some voice work on Sonic X. We voiced a character named Victor. And didn't do much after that. So yeah, they briefly capture them, and of course put this weird stuff on Lena. She gets out of it, but she also has basically a headband on, which shocks her. And then inadvertently, Amelia destroys a building, which causes her to flee town with, of course, Lena, which there's a reason why they have to have these 3 flee together, because basically Amelia is in a lot of novels after this. Yes. Amelia, this is a weird thing with her. So, she's been appearing in the light novels since, like, Volume 3. So, actually like Volume 2. So, she's appeared a lot throughout the series. Yeah. Yeah. And they leave town, and that's it. Now, I would love to know how the heck Central Park Media lost contact with 4 of the voice actors in the span of a freaking year. I mean, they lost contact with Jolene Baker. Yeah, they lost contact with her. Liam O'Malley, Matt Black, because it was Jodie Baker, Daniel Cordell, he's the guy who voiced Angelus, Matt Black, and Liam O'Brien. How the heck does that is a complete mystery on the part, I think anybody probably cares about this. Like, if they want to do a reunion of Slayers, it's kind of difficult, especially since 4 of the original actors are basically missing. Like, what the heck happened to them? Well, Matt Black apparently became a teacher, but the other 3? Don't know. They just disappeared. Well, actually, also, the guy who voiced, he just retired. Like, after doing 2 roles. I'm like, that's it? That's all he did? If he's still alive, completely unknown. Like, if you already know the voice cast for Union, I mean, the first 2, I'm gonna see one of them. I'm gonna show the Expo in a few weeks. But as for the rest, don't know. Like, I've never heard of a series where they had to place voice actors because they lost contact with them. Like, did these people die? Did they leave town? Well, Jodie Baker left New York and no contact info. Yes, maybe Lisa Ortiz might have an idea of what the heck happened to these people. I gotta say this in this video, okay? So, has anybody heard of an anime, besides this one, where mysteriously, about halfway through a season, half the voice cast drops off the face of the earth? I have never heard of an anime like this at all. Some might think, oh, what about the Sailor Moon anime? They have 5 different dubs. They have different dub studios. I'm sure they're still doing something nowadays. But these 4 voice actors do not know what the heck they're even up to nowadays. Or even if they're freaking alive. Yes. Yeah, and plus also Central Park Media, which apparently, I did read apparently that they lost the rights to Slayers. The rights expired in 2005. And then they went bankrupt a few years later. Yeah, it's weird. Though, yeah, some of these voice actors are in fact still active. I know Veronica Taylor is still active. She's not doing much, but she's still active. Lisa Ortiz is still very much active. Eric Stewart, I'm not sure what he's done nowadays. I have never met Eric Stewart. I would love to get his autograph, but for some reason he charges $60 for an autograph. I do not know why the heck he does this. It's because I know he charges $60 because Shogax will release a price guide. At least every people basically for it. But him and Dan Green, $60 for their autograph. I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? At least Lisa Ortiz is basically what one of those 2 are. Yeah. It's just weird. But I will be back this series. I will definitely be back. After the Ninjago, of course. So, that is pretty much it for the video. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn notifications. Next up is Reborn as a Vending Machine. Okay? For the next video. Bye.